Hi, my name is Patrick. Here I'm going to mention paper strategy for CAT DRL section. I'm not going to mention too many paper strategy, but the idea is just to give you some idea as to how to go about the CAT DRL section in terms of solving the paper. So paper strategy. Okay. First, most important thing is focus on selection of sets. That's the most important thing because normally if you select a wrong set, you tend to waste a lot of time. So ensure that your selection of set parameters to select the sets are right. But understand that even if you have the parameters correct, there is always a chance that you select a wrong set. So be careful that you have also a strategy to leave a set if it turns out to be tough. Okay, now first strategy. What I would say is go to all the sets before you select a easy set. I mean, don't solve the first set that comes into place. I mean, it need not be the easiest. I mean, my recommendation is go to all the set and pick up the easiest of set. Do so in within 5 to 7 minutes. That means approximately 1.5 to 2 minutes per set. Or approximately 1.5 minutes per set. Because if you take more than that time, it could lead to further stress because you will then realize, oh, a lot of time has got over and you've not even started with a set. So try to do within that 6 minute bracket as far as possible, right? And then pick two sets and try to solve one of them at least. I mean, that's the way it should go. I mean, you go to the four sets, rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, try the first set. If you get great, no, then try the second set and so on. Right? That's the first strategy. Second, if you're confident of solving number of sets, I mean, a lot of people are confident of solving two or more sets. In that case, you need not go to all the sets. Go to two or three sets and then pick up the easiest one and start solving, right? Because you anyway going to solve more than one set. In that case, go to two or three sets, pick up one easy set, then go to the fourth set, pick up the second easiest set, and then go to it. But what I'm trying to tell you is, whatever the case, ensure that you go through at least more than one set before you pick up a set. Avoid picking up the first set and try to solve. I remember there was a time when I picked up a first set and went about solving it. I didn't even look at the second set. It was more comfortable. Set that was more familiar. I mean, draw a table, try to get the answer, look more familiar. Started with a set, wasted 10 minutes, realized after 10 minutes that couldn't solve it, and then went further. I mean, luckily the other sets were easier. I could solve it much faster and then come back to this set, right? But yes, a wrong strategy of picking up the first set. So even if it is a familiar set or even if it looks easy, my recommendation at least go to two sets before you pick up one set, right? Ideally, if you are one who solves only one or two sets in the exam, go to all the sets before you start solving. Have a proper parameters in place before you pick up a set. Okay, some other tips. Have a strategy to decide when to leave a set. Normally, when we start solving, we get so hung up on a set that we keep on solving it. We don't even realize how time has passed. So, understand, have a strategy in place. Maybe you say, okay, the moment I'm stuck, I will maybe read once more and then I will go to leave it. Have some strategy in place to leave a set. Okay, don't spend 10-15 minutes on one set and then leave. I also recommend leaving a set when you get stuck. I mean, for a long time, because purely because at that point of time you're stuck. Sometimes when you go to further second set and come back later on, you suddenly click what to solve in this set. I mean, you can always come back to a set. If it is in the start of the phase session, you can always try the first set, you got stuck, can't solve it, go to the second set, and then maybe come back to the first set. It's always possible. If you feel that you can solve, I mean, it's solvable set. At that point, maybe it doesn't click because your mind is hung, your mind is thinking in one direction, therefore it cannot get to the solution. Another way to go is just read it once. Normally, you miss out a set because you have missed out the data. So read the set once more just to figure out that if you have missed the data. If not, please move ahead. But whatever the case, have a strategy to decide when to leave a set. Very important. Okay. Second, if you're stuck on a set, as I said earlier, leave it. You can come back to it later. I mean, I've a lot of time I've seen this in the examination. I get stuck on a set, I feel I cannot solve it. I move ahead, go to next set, solve it, come back, and then suddenly the set clicks. Yeah, oh, this is what I missed. Because at that point of time when we're reading, our mind is not able to think through it. But later on, when we see through a fresh perspective, we're able to get the answer. Try that out. If saturated or stressed, it normally happens in the mock. You are saturated, you're not able to think, you're stressed, etc. Take a small break in between. I'm closer. I learn to take that 10-second break or 15-second break in the examination to rejuvenate you. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, or any other break that is possible. So learn to rejuvenate yourself and try to take that small breaks to help you in when you're saturated or stressed. Right? I hope these tips helps you. Again, what's important is to experiment, try out the strategy, see what works for you. Try out one strategy where you try to go to all the set, park them as easy, tough, and then solve. Try out another strategy where you only solve one or two sets, read one two sets, pick up one set, and then try to solve. Key is to experiment and work out what works, what doesn't work for you. Right? Hope that helps. Thank you.